Hi guys, Twisty for the music here, and welcome to a series video about American Horror Story Cult. Now, this series, I'm only going to be talking about one series. By the way, I can't say the word series correctly because I can't say TH words, so I'm trying to say series, THEORY. I'm trying to say the word series. Right, let's just get on to the series. It sounds weird. Like, before I do tell you this American Horror Story Cult series, I just want to let you know that there's no evidence for this one. This one is just a thought. This one is for fun. And this one I actually came up with on my very own. And I really like the idea of it. So, okay. I'm going to tell you about it. So let me tell you how this series started. So, American Horror Story Cult, obviously. Favourite TV show that on right now. I love American Horror Story, massive fan. So, episode 1 blew the world away. Episode 1 blew me away and it was amazing. But since the first episode, I have had one big question that I want explained, and I really want it explained. If my question is answered in this season, if this question is answered in Cult, it will then become my #1 favourite season. So, yeah, let me just say, It's to do with Twisty, first of all. Now, we all know that Twisty is not actually part of the Cult universe, because he died ages ago, but he's in a comic. My big question was, who wrote these comics, and yeah, who knew about Twisty and decided to write these comics? Who writes them? Who publishes them? Who creates them? So that was my big question for the while, and so I was trying to think about it. I was trying to think about maybe people from Freak Show. Maybe, like, so this was just an idea. Maybe someone from Freak Show. I was trying to think of people. It doesn't really matter who, it can be anyone from Freak Show. But just for right now, I'm going to say Jimmy Darling. I don't know why. I'm thinking about Jimmy Darling. So someone who's been at Freak Show is still possibly alive and witnessed the Twisty killings that went on. So I imagine maybe this happening. Maybe Jimmy. It doesn't have to be Jimmy Darling, but Jimmy Darling or someone else in the current day, 2016/2017, 2015 maybe, went a little bit crazy. So someone in the 80s, 90s, maybe old, might not be, I don't know, but someone old, maybe let's just say Jimmy Darling. Jimmy Darling or whoever has flashbacks to the Twisty killings, and it kind of makes them a little crazy. So this person who's went a little crazy decides to, get a pen and write down everything he's went through with, like, these twisty stuff, the things that this person has witnessed, and wrote it down, and then developed it into comics. And got them published. So that's what I think kind of might have happened. I really want American Horror Story Cult to explain. I don't want the Twisty Chronicles to left hanging. I don't mind if I don't see Twisty again, but I just want to know who's crazy enough to write that. So, but it would be a bit weird if, that I was saying, if that was put on American Horror Story Cult, it was like, oh, here's a scene of someone going a little bit crazy and writing Twisty comics. It's a bit of a prologue, and it doesn't really fit in to the actual story. So I was thinking a little bit more. Now, this is my big series. So that was just a mini one. This one is the big one. I think this Kai Anderson, the leader of the cult, will do anything and will team up with anyone to make the cult stronger. Literally anyone. He'll do anything. As we've seen, like, he's taken in people from the news, Adina Beverly Hope, stuff like that. He's chosen people to make the cult stronger, and he's making it bigger. And so he's teaming up with, like, absolutely anyone to make this cult go to the next level. And who else to join the cult but the writer of the Twisty Chronicles? And how will that make the cult bigger? I think Kai Anderson will... This is just a series. I think Kai Anderson will kind of, you know, mess about with the writer of these comics and get the writer to join the cult, the writer of these Twisty comics. But that's not just it. They want the cult to get bigger. So what else but Kai makes the writer of the Twisty Chronicles change it to the Twisty and Cult Chronicles, and he makes comics about Twisty and the cult. And then, you know, the cult will get bigger because kids will be saying, oh, Mum, Dad, can I buy this week's copy of the Twisty and Cult Chronicles? And like, what I want to see is magazines of the Twisty and Cult, of the Twisty Chronicles, but it won't just have Twisty, it will have the cult in it. And, you know, it might be, I don't know if you guys understand what I'm saying, but I imagine seeing comics with not just Twisty, but the cult too. Animated versions of the cult with the actual masks, and that's how they get bigger. So that's just a little series, no evidence behind it, it's just an idea for fun. I really like the idea of that series. I kind of hope it comes to do, but that's just for fun. It is just a series. So yeah, really enjoying Cult. I'm in Florida right now. I've explained that before. I got my Halloween Horror Nights t-shirt. Yeah. Will I show you it? No. I'll show you. It doesn't matter. I'll show you in another video. But thank you for watching. That's just a little series on American Horror Story Cult, where I think it could be heading. So yeah. Thank you very much for watching. Stay tuned for the Christopher Cusick American Horror Story Cult UK after show this Friday at 11:05 PM. That's GMT. Or if you want to watch it in America, that's 5:05 Eastern Time or 3:05 Pacific Time. So stay tuned for that. Thank you for watching this. I'm Christopher Cusick. Peace out. And actually, one last thing. Shout out to Mary Girl Moody. Subscribe to her. If you like these videos that I'm doing, American Horror Story Cult Series, the after show, watch her, because she does a lot more. She has a lot more series which are quite interesting. So yeah, go and subscribe to her. I'm Christopher Cusick. Peace out. Boop.